So we're going to solve this inequality here. And remember what you're trying to find is you're trying to find a value that you can plug in for x, such that whenever you calculate the left side and then you calculate the right side, the left side will always be less than, right there's the less than symbol, the right side. So for instance, if x was equal to 1, is x equal 1 a solution to this? Well, 1 squared plus 9 less than 3 times 1. Is 1 plus 9 less than 3 times 1? No, that's 10 less than 3. That's not true. So what we want now, instead of us having to go through forever and ever and ever and trying to find every single answer here, or test every single number, which can't be done, what we're going to do is look at this graphically. So let me erase this right here off. So what we want to do is look at this, and it's easier to excuse me. It's easier to look at this is if you make this set equal to 0, or make the right side equal 1. It doesn't have to be exactly the right side, but as long as one side is 0. So what I've done here is subtracted 3x from both sides. Now when I've done that, I have a quadratic. Right? So if I look at this, and you could use a graphing utility if you wanted to by hand. If I wanted to graph this, we would need to find out what the zeros are to find the x-intercepts, and then we would want to find the vertex, and then we'd draw a little. Let's try to find the vertex first. So negative b over 2a would be negative 3 over 2 times 1, be 3 over 2, well, 3 halves. Okay, so you've got a vertex at 3 over 2. There's 1, here's 2. So you go over to 3 halves. Now is it above, where's the y-coordinate? So to find the y-coordinate, you plug it back in. That's not a 4, it's a 2. 3 times 3 here would be 9 halves, and then a 9. Alright, so 9 fourths minus 18 fourths plus 36 fourths. I'm just going to make them all fourths. So 9 minus 18 would be negative 9 fourths plus 36 fourths. And negative 9 plus 36 would give you 27 fourths. And 27 fourths would be what would that be? It'd be 6. 6 times 4 is 24. It'd be 6 3/4. So up 6 3/4 here. So there's my, I'm just going to say that's 6 right there. So there's my vertex. Now, since my a value is positive, this parabola opens upward. So you see how all my y values here, every y value on this parabola is positive. Every y value here is positive, right? The lowest y value you get is 6 3/4. Well, now look at this. It says what you're trying to figure out here, when is this parabola, the y values, the outputs, less than 0. Well, less than 0 is negative numbers. This graph does not represent any negative y values. They have all positive y values. There's no way, there's no number that you can plug in for x and you wind up with a number that is negative, that will be less than 0. Okay, the lowest number you can get is 6 3/4. That's the lowest number you can get. And if you think about it a second ago, remember what we were saying, if we go back to the original question, x squared plus 9 less than 3x, when will the left side ever be less than the right side? Well, if I'm going to square the x value, then that's going to make it positive. And then over here, you know, if I put a negative number in, it's going to make this side over here negative. If I put a positive number in, it's going to be positive. So would this number over here ever be bigger, or would this over here on the left side ever be less than? No, well, it can't be, because it's going to be squared. This number, when you square the value, it's going to give you a number that's bigger than this side over here on the right side. So graphically, since this parabola is on the top, okay, since this is above the x-axis, all the y values are positive. There's no negative y values. So graphically, you're looking at where the graph is below the x-axis. And in this case, it is not. There's nowhere that this is below the x-axis. So there is no answer here. There's no solution. And, okay, what if? What if this had been, instead of a less than symbol, a greater than symbol? Well, now you're looking for all the positive answers. That's all the y values are positive. So that would be all real numbers as your solution if you turn the inequality symbol around.